here goes the record, and here goes the encoder. And I'm not going to play your theme song early this time.
Oh, maybe
there you
live
go.
Your life. Live your life.
And that's it. Oh, goodness.
Hey, Stacy.
Hey, Chelsea.
Well, here we are. We're in episode 217, and guess what? Still single.
Listen, I'm not worried. Don't you worry, Chels. There's still plenty of fish in the sea.
Actually, a study just came out that says that the amount of fish in the sea has dropped by nearly half since the 1970s. So there's actually not.
Well, dang. Yeah, play that track, please. Why? You're so fabulous.
Yeah, I'm single. Ready to mingle. Yeah, I'm single. These are the reasons why I'm single.
Stacey, I love that you said dang. I went for you to say damn because it's your fish joke.
To be fair, the rest of America may not have gotten it.
What is a fish thing which runs into a wall?
Damn!
Thank you.
Because it makes sense in that context, but just damn.
Yeah, but that's when we play. That's when we play the theme song, and then you have this moment to explain yourself and be like, "America, I was just watching church online. You're welcome." It wasn't me, by the way. I'm Chelsea. Stacey was watching church online.
Listen, you could have been. The internet is for everyone, just different parts at different ages.
Stacey,
and maybe some parts just never.
Stacey, you look so cute. You look so cute and comfy.
Oh my gosh, thanks. You look so cute and comfy.
Oh my gosh, thanks. I have like this hoodie that's way too big for me that I bought when I was a significantly smaller human. So I don't know how big it was on me then, but like, it could be that girl. Just like line it up. Yeah. I bought this our senior year of high school and I still have it.
That's amazing. I threw out everything from our senior year of high school. So
Oh.
And I really didn't buy anything like college-wise. Everything that I had college-wise was from like doing intramural sports and stuff like that, or different leagues and stuff. Because I didn't pay for anything. I was broke. But my roommate, she would borrow all of my Michigan stuff because she was the waitress at Bennigan's. Actually, all of my roommates at one point, we were all waitresses. They were all waitresses.
Steve & Barry's, by the way. I think it cost $5. So,
do they still have Steve & Barry's?
No, Steve & Barry's got closed or whatever. They shut down.
You know what? I still have a yellow. No, did I get rid of those? A yellow pair of fleece pants from Steve & Barry's.
Fleece pants. I could probably find a pair of fleece pants. I think in my closet purge over the summer, I got rid of them. This hoodie made it though, which has a hole the size of my
You can fit your whole hand through the hole.
Yeah. We have to stop making comments about the hole size because that's dirty.
Maybe I had a baby.
So we decided that, since we're not normally here on Wednesdays and it's a nice evening, and I don't remember the reason, but Stacey was like, we said we were going to have a pajama party, right? And I was like, we can do that. Heck yeah. So Stacey, do you have a pajama party?
I have my little pajama shorts on right now.
Nice. I have plaid pajama pants on and obviously my oversized Eastern hoodie.
Ooh, I have a shirt that says hot cocoa.
Yes, because you are.
I really like how your hoodie, how it's split like right in the middle of the T. Like it's, because at first I'm like,
it's almost a Y. It's almost easier.
Exactly. If I wasn't going to have a bow-up moment, that's what I was like, it's definitely Eastern, but it looks like easier.
Oh.
Easy earn. Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, well, there's a brick dick, so I guess that makes the tracks.
Oh, hey, Alan Ullman. Is that brick dick still there?
The best story. Oh, man. Listen. Hi, America. We missed you.
missed you.
That's Stacy.
That's Chelsea. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight at Reasons Why I'm Single. Thanks for being a fish in our pond. And a turkey.
You kiss like a fish.
It's so weird. It just
Literally,
makes...
it doesn't make sense until the guy you're talking to does it to you, and you're like, oh my God, that's awful. And he's like, yeah, a lot of girls kiss like that. And I'm like, oh no.
Like, is it just as rapid or is it slower?
Yes, no, it's rapid.
Ew.
Like, yeah.
No,
All
I'm
that
not
time
here
is
for
beautiful.
it.
No, we're not here for it.
Not at all.
Listen, as always, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, why don't you make sure you give us a like, and we'll give you a shout out. What up? And yeah, like Stace had a busy week. I had a busy week. We have stories.
Oh, snap. Listen, you gave a clap, so I know that there's a for real story coming from there. So
There is.
should I buckle up? Should I get under the covers and get ready for a story?
It's story time, everyone. Welcome. Here, why don't Stacey, why don't you tell everybody where you went, and I'll make sure to share it on our Facebook so that everybody knows where they can click. I mean, obviously it's on Podcast Detroit, which you should totally give a like to, guys, because there's tons of great podcast format on here.
Hello.
But if you're just hanging out with us, we want you to be able to find it. So I'm going to do a little typey because I can't do two things at once. And Stacey's going to tell us where she spent last weekend.
And I love that you call it typey. Actually, brace yourself, America. Don't worry, I'm being smart. But I flew commercially to Baltimore, Maryland, to see my dear friend, speaking of college, from college. Yay, we were college roommates. So I went to go visit her, of course.
Also, she's like a super good time. So I knew you were going to have a good time.
Oh, look at friends being supportive of friends. So went to visit her, which was really good. And also, since coming back from traveling, been in quarantine. I went and got tested for COVID yesterday, so I'm awaiting my results. So until then, I'm quarantined because who knows, could be asymptomatic. So I just want to make sure all precautions have been taken care of. Your girls stay safe no matter what they do. But anyways, we went to Baltimore. I ate my weight in delicious food. But might I say, I definitely practice portion control because these fall temperatures are truly upon us, and only one pair of my jeans fit, and that's the stretchy pair that was already too big to begin with that fits perfectly now. So, gotta watch some calories. But anyways, we decided, she told me to bring hiking clothes, and I said, okay, do tennis shoes count? She's like, sure. So we actually hiked a mountain. What? We did Sugarloaf Mountain, and we get there, and so we did, listen, first of all, hiking is not for the weak, and the whole time I'm just like, how did people even do this to begin with? And there's not a man-made path for you, like you're just kind of figuring it out, and then the trails are different colors, so you look for the color markers.
It is far too close to Halloween to be trailing around in the woods without trails. No. That's how people die.
Trailing without trails. Have you heard of the Trail of Tears? Look it up. But anyways, so
it has nothing to do with mountain hiking.
Oh, but maybe it does because of the amount of tears, because people could. Anyways, so we get there, and so we did the trail, and the thing is, even when you see the map and you have a paper map, there is no you are here. You're just following the different color markers that you'll see occasionally on the trails, sprayed on trees, and then it's like, oh, we're on the blue and white path, and now this tree is an orange on it, so now we're on the orange path, but there's no words, which is crazy. So we made it to one of the summit peaks, which was really good. And we took a picture, and we're just like, oh my goodness, if we slipped, we could die. That's crazy. And so,
what a lovely monotone reaction to if we slip, we could, oh my goodness, if we slip, we could die.
Listen, Chelsea, you'll appreciate this because my dear friend, we should have taken care of some business first.
You want to use her real name? You don't want to?
I don't know the rules because she's a super professional. So
I mean, are you going to tell a bad sexy story about her?
maybe, but but anyways, so we went to the top of the mountain. We're up there, and so there's this beautiful like scenic view, and you saw like eagles, which was crazy. And so you see like just this beautiful sky and all of this like everything. And so then you had like you had a couple of couples up there that were taking cute pictures, and so she was just like, look at them, this is like the perfect lookout spot. I'm like, or the perfect place for a murder. I don't know why my mind is there. I'm like, maybe I've been hanging out with Chelsea too much. Because I'm just like, she was just like, why would you say murder? I'm just like, look at it. It's the two of them with their legs dangling off the edge of a cliff. And it'd be like, this is perfect. It is. And also, I know that you slept with Ronaldo and pushed them off the side. So
Wow.
that's where my mind was. Also, there was a lot of children there, which I was quite surprised to see. But then my friend said, well, kids need to burn off energy. What better way to do it than hiking a mountain? But still, that's a lot. And even when we got to the top, there was this family with like a bunch of kids. And they were trying to take a group picture of all the kids. And they kept telling the one girl, like, say cheese, say cheese, say cheese. And I so thought of you. I just would have been like, my body, my choice. Also, you made me climb a mountain. You think I'm happy right now? I wanted to be home in my pajamas eating cereal, watching TV, but you made me climb a mountain. Forget you, Mom. But I can't say that because you know the kid loves her mom and she wants to be fed at some point in her life. But still, I was like, don't you dare smile. But they honestly asked this child to smile for 10 minutes straight. Not even joking. It was ridiculous. So then afterward, coming back down the mountain was super steep.
We got a shout out. Hey, Danielle. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, Danielle. So after we were coming back down the mountain, it was much steeper, I felt, because we went up one side and then down a different side. So definitely fell twice, but that's okay. It just fell on my butt. I didn't actually tumble down, which is why I still have all my teeth and I'm very grateful. And so when we got done, so we get back to where our car was, and we look at the sign, and I saw the sign beforehand that said there are no bears. No, I read it wrong. I read the sign. It did open up my eyes. I read it again, and it said what to do when running into black bears. I was like, we could have died! Because I am terrified of bears.
But black bears are like the smallest ones. So that's like, if you're going to run into a bear, that's the bear to run into.
That's what everyone told me as well. However, no. Just no. I don't know. I don't want to deal with any type of bear. And so that was interesting because then I'm thinking when we got to the top of the mountain, I definitely looked down and there was a Honey Nut Cheerio. You could tell it was a Honey Nut Cheerio because it had the glaze on it. But I'm just like, oh, they're going to track the bears.
Okay. I would like to point out that this story has now had 2 references to the movie Anchorman in it, and I have restrained myself, but now I can no longer. He said when he falls in love with Veronica Corningstone, he says, I wanted to shout it from the top of a mountain, but I didn't have a mountain. I had a newsroom.
I had a podcast.
Say bears, and you hear that, Dan? Bears. Now you're putting the whole station at risk.
And guess whose period started today? I'm just saying. What happens if it started a couple days earlier? It would have smelled the menstruation.
I hear the periods attract bears.
You see that? It's bad for the whole station.
Oh, man.
I'm literally becoming unraveled.
Literally. Did you have fun though? You look like you had fun. You look relaxed.
Yeah, I just needed a change of scenery, to be quite honest. I just needed to get out of these couple of walls and I even worked, so I flew in Thursday night, and then even Friday I worked a half a day just because I just felt so like I had such clarity, and it just felt so good to just get out. So see,
yeah.
Unraveled. Now y'all know what I do when I go to bed at night, and then I wake up and it's gone. I'm like, darn it, I thought it was tight enough, but it wasn't.
You need a longer scarf then.
It's
right?
like pretty long. It's pretty long.
I'm like, shouldn't it be? Maybe you need longer. Do. Well, listen, I'm glad that your best friend from college took care of my best friend for life.
Chelsea, even when she doesn't mean to one up, she ones up. My laptop is from 2012. Well, this hoodie's from 2003. She's
You
like,
missed me.
I'm not wrong.
You're like, oh, these are facts.
Literal facts. Actual facts.
But for actual, these are facts. No.
Can we talk about the fact that your hair looks fabulous?
Thanks. So I feel like I've been pretty open about it on the podcast. You guys have been really supportive. I haven't really been feeling myself lately. I feel like that's, I mean, everybody's dealing with this stuff in their own way. I feel my way is anxiety ridden. So, and I'm not handling things as well as I normally do. But
how does one handle things in a pandemic?
I sat down with my mask on in the hair salon, and I was talking to, she's fabulous, guys. She's at Ulta. Her name's Courtney, or she's awesome. And Courtney at Ulta was like, I feel like you're just down and you're not yourself. And I feel like what we need now is happy blonde. So I'm just going to give you like crazy bright blonde hair. And I'm like, I mean, guys, she did such a good job.
I love it.
I normally touch my hair a lot during all of this, and I know that, but also it's so soft. It's so soft.
Did you just get it done today?
Today I got it done. Yeah. So and then of course I found, so do you remember the show Making the Band with P. Diddy? And whenever one of the contestants was doing something fabulous, they would just burst into sparkles.
Yes.
So I found a filter on Snapchat that's just sparkly, and I was like, this is my new hair moment. Like,
remember they would have a
one shot.
Yes. Remember they would have a sing off, and it was amazing.
Yes.
At one point, they were singing Boys to Men, End of the Road, and I was just like, this is amazing. Also, I was like, I wonder if I could ever date a vocalist. Would that just be magical? I would just be in bed. I'd be like, sing me a lullaby. And they would sing, I don't know, anything, really.
Anything. They'd sing.
They would like they would be like, do you know the Muffin Man? I'd be like, oh, the Muffin Man.
Tell me more. Does he have a job?
This is how I sleep when I'm in love. When I'm single, yes. With like drool coming out the side, because that's love.
Because that's life too.
Hello.
But yeah, okay. So I got my hair done. Thank you, Courtney. Made me feel a little bit more like myself. Let me tell you my story that has nothing to do with dating, and then we'll talk about the dating stuff.
Should we take care of some business?
Yeah, let's take care of some business.
All right. It's time for the fake name series of the day. Echo. So the fake name series of the day is what we use to save the shade. So instead of using people's real names, we use names that are from the fake name series of the day to hide their identities. But if they heard these stories,
they know who they are. What's up, Nikki? We're happy you're here.
A car. Nikki!
It's really fun when we know who's like just by their first name. We know this person.
Hey, I did a yell for Danielle.
Also, Bridget. What's up, Bridget?
Happy anniversary. Yes.
Oh,
I was just telling someone. Granted, it was 9 days ago.
Counts.
10 days ago. However, I was just telling my friend over the weekend that the best job I've ever had is being maid of honor. And I quoted several stories from that wedding weekend. Time of my life. Best thing I've ever done. Dude, I will totally be for hire for other people. You need a bridesmaid? I'm amazing.
She is amazing, you guys. So let me tell you, so I tweaked my neck this week.
Hold on. We didn't tell America what the fake name series of the day
is.
Yeah.
What is this? What's the fake name series of the day?
It is The Handmaid's Tale.
Dun, 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 dun.
All the dun-dun-duns.
Set in a dystopian future, a woman is forced to live as a concubine under a fundamentalist theocratic dictatorship.
America, is that you? Make sure you vote.
Listen, yeah, vote. We're not a political podcast, but you should be a political person. Vote.
Yes.
So.
Oh, I have such a good name.
Oh, okay. So, I tweaked my neck and I called my chiropractor's office and I was like, please get me in. But of course, this was like the Friday before Labor Day. So everyone's like, haha, we're closed. It's a holiday. And I'm like, yeah, that's valid. So then I call around. I can't find a chiropractor that's got an appointment because I work till 4. So I'm like after 4 on a Friday before a holiday weekend. So I call around and I finally just start searching massage parlors and I find this one. I'm going to spare everybody their name. We're not trying to like throw shade. But they had an available time and they were like, they they said 6:15 and I was like, awesome, I'll be there, perfect. So I ran home, got into comfy clothes, got back. Now I like Stacey, when you got your massage, did you leave your underwear on?
Yes.
Yeah, like the panties, right? Like my bra comes off because I need my back open, but like panties.
Correct.
Yeah. So
yes.
So I walk in, and as soon as I walk in, I'm like, sketch. So, but my neck is killing me. I can't turn to the left at all. So just the right. Jinx. Love you. So, hey, Eduardo.
What up?
Listen, we're real pumped you guys are all liking our posts and hanging out with us.
They like us in pajamas. We like ourselves in pajamas too.
Yeah, we like pajamas too. We can do that. We can absolutely
They're
do that. Hot. So I walk in and there's this woman. She's Vietnamese, I believe, but her name is
June Osborne.
Her name is June Osborne, and she's very nice. I walk in, she's like, I need, come here, pay, all this stuff. And I was like, ooh, this is a pay first situation? All right. So I pay. I'm like, okay, sure. And then she gets me into this room. She goes, get naked on a sheet, be 10 minutes. And I was like, okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to get naked. I'm just going to get down on my panties because, comfort.
And also, they did not buy me dinner.
And so I'm laying there and I'm on the face down and I'm like, okay. And it's been like 10 minutes-ish. And then all of a sudden she comes in and she goes, okay, you ready? And I was like, yeah. She goes, you like good pressure or no pressure? And I was like, well, those are the only options.
Right, like 0 to 10. Can I get like an 8.5?
And I was like, well, I want good pressure, but I also hurt my neck. So like, don't go ripping my face off. Hi, Michelle. You guys, look at everybody who's just like watching us tonight.
In bed with us tonight.
Hey, thanks for joining us in bed. We've got
Yay. Oh my gosh, I love it. I know it's backward for you guys, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh, trolls. I'm on a child.
She's not calling you all trolls because you've all said nothing but positive things. Positive.
So pretty much immediately, that was the end of our conversation about what I was looking for. And then she like whips off the sheet and then just immediately grabs my underwear and just yanks it down. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is fine. I can deal. Like, I was in an aesthetic school. I am not one of those people who like when I'm paying for something like a massage, I know people are going to touch me. I get that. But like, so then she's like, okay, ready? And all of a sudden all this oil hits me. And then her knees, because I'm face down, each side of my head has one of her knees on it. And she is on top of the table, on top of me. And I'm like, I mean, I was like, so now I'm kind of realizing like my sketchy moment is like, oh, this probably is the kind of massage place that happy endings are served.
No.
So, which here's the thing, my sheet was clean, my towel was clean, like all that stuff, everything was clean. I didn't feel like it was a disgusting place. But once she started giving me the massage, I was like, oh, there's an aim to this. Like if I were a dude and this were happening to me, things would be happening. So like,
Whoa.
I'm like, okay, this is fine. We're fine. And all of a sudden she like leans really far down and like, I'm like, yep, that's my butt. She is just rubbing my butt and her boobs are just right in the middle of my back. And I was like, this, and then I was like trying to think in my head, I was like, this is actually a certain type of massage where people use their entire bodies to stretch, but it's more like a yoga thing in that instance. And you are definitely wearing clothes when that happens. So, so I feel like it's almost like a mixture of those two things was happening. And I was like, okay, I'm just feeling really exposed. That's all this is. Now, mind you, was it a good massage? It was great. She spent like 45 minutes where I'm working on my back and my neck and all that good stuff. It was awesome. And then I flip over and then she like works on my shoulders. And like, I would say from like here up, that's an okay, like there's muscles here that need to be massaged, but like not my titties.
Pecs.
Like,
Not my titties.
not my titties. And then all of a sudden she's just like, what? And I was like, my nipples were just like, hello, somebody's touching me. I was like, oh no, I'm very ticklish, please stop. No, thank you. Because the last thing anyone needs in the middle of a massage parlor, I feel like, is me having a giggle fit. Like and so I'm like, yeah, no, not there. That's very ticklish, very sensitive. And she goes, oh, okay, got it. And like beyond that, it was fine. There was a couple times when she was rubbing the front of my thighs where I could see how it would go the other way. But I really genuinely think she was just really excited. She didn't have to Yankee anybody's doodle. So like.
Wow. Also from Golden Girls, I heard you were Yankee doodling.
So I'm like, listen, as long as you're not yanking it, she's not yanking anybody's doodle, that's great. But I mean, it was a great massage. And the next day, my neck did not hurt at all. I drank a bunch of water. Everything was really good. I just think that I think she's used to a different style. She's used to a
Was this in, I have so many questions I'll ask you afterward.
I like it.
As
So
to
yeah.
what city it was in. Because I've also been to a sketch place that was for acupuncture.
Oh. No, this was strictly a massage place. But yeah, so that was fun. I also went to get my car's oil changed, and I had like a feminist chick moment because all of a sudden unfortunately, like sometimes my dad thinks that I'm like naive and like let people take advantage of me. And then I went to get my car fixed, and it was one of those things where or just an oil change. So it's like $45, and they rotate the tires and all that good stuff. And they check the fluids. Well, they're like, my car's at 32,000 miles. So I gotta get the fluids. They're like, you have to get the fluids changed. So I was like, okay, cool. They give me a quote for a price. It made me sputter for a second because it was $825.
Come on.
And they're like, but that includes your $45 oil change.
Thank you.
I was like, oh, great. So I was like, all right, well, let me check. I check. I do a little Googling on the internet, see what price this is. Literally like half the things I checked said, yeah, you do need to do this $30,000 thing or 30,000 mile fluid reflush. And then the half of them said, no, it's a scam. You don't need to. But the ones that did were like, every place that I called and quoted was like, yeah, no, that's the price basically. Or it would have just taken me time, or they couldn't get in that day. So I was like, you know what, fine. If it's a $50 difference, I'm just going to do it. And then it's done, you know? So I do it. My dad's like, what's taking so long at the dealership? And I was like, oh, well, I'm getting all my fluids changed for 30,000 miles. He tells me I'm getting scammed because I'm a woman and I didn't like do anything. And I was like, oh yeah, like this is making me really sad. Like, don't make me feel bad. It's already happening. So he's like, well, you should walk over there and tell them that you're not going to pay for it. Like you need them to stop. So I go over to the guy who like set me up. His name is
Nick Blaine.
So Nick, I go over, hey Nick, my dad said you guys are scamming. I'm not even gonna lie to him. I'm like, my dad said you guys are scamming me and I'd like you to stop. And he's like, he goes, well, I mean, they may have already started, but hang on. So he goes running out to the thing and he comes back, he goes, all of the fluids are already gone. Like we have to put new fluids in, like we have to keep going. And I'm like, well, there you go. This is what it is.
Right,
So
I tried.
So now I feel stupid because my dad kind of made me feel stupid. And then And my dad's great, guys. It's just in those moments he doesn't like know how to speak to a girl. So he anyway, so like 30 minutes go by, and all of a sudden I like catch, because there's windows, you can see the cars. I catch in the window that like the guy who's working on my car is like feverishly wiping down my car. He's spraying the stuff on it and wiping. There's 3 guys watching him, and then the manager's standing there watching him, and he's on the phone. So what does that say to you?
What did you do to my car?
Saying, right? And I'm like, great. So now I feel stupid because I'm getting scammed and they broke my car. And I call my dad and I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, what could, like, they've definitely done something, right? My dad's like, walk in there and say, why are you doing this to my car? What did you break? So then I get the guy, Nick, and I'm like, yes. Nick, what's going on? Because clearly something's going on. There's a manager and 4 employees staring at my car right now. What's going on? And he goes, oh, no. It's no big deal. We're just waiting for a part. We have to go get a part from the other side of the street. Because it's like 2 buildings. It's very fancy. So now I'm thinking, oh, you have to go get a part? So what part did you break on my car? And he's like, oh, no. It's no big deal. And then he brushes me off completely. So then I call my brother and I'm like, because he works with cars, and I'm like, what is going on? Am I getting like, also my nephew was with him and he was like, I went to the dentist and then we went to McDonald's. And I was like, well, that made me feel better. So,
and also I want the same.
Like, I love the dentist.
I don't want to go to McDonald's.
So he, please. So he was like, let me just talk to the guy and see what's up. Well, my phone doesn't, it's speaker or nothing. So I put it on speaker, and mind you, at this point I've been there for like 2.5 hours. I've been there too long. And they're still like freaking out about what's on my car. And I'm like, they scratched it. They did something. The hood's up. Something about the brake line parts. And he's like, hi, Sarah. Thanks for checking us out. And so my brother's on the phone. And literally the only question that my brother says is, hey, man, so what's going on? And Nick goes, oh, well, you know, most Ford cars run an American standard sizing, but Chelsea's car is like a European racing car, so it runs in metric sizing. So when we put the machine on to flush the brake fluid, it was an American standard sizing. It didn't fit, so brake fluid went everywhere. So we're just really detail cleaning the car to make sure the brake fluid's gone, and we ran across the street to get the metric sizing. Why did they not have told me that? That makes perfect sense. You just assume that because I have a vagina that I don't know how to tell the difference between American standard sizing and metric sizing. So now I am in like rage. Like, like you assume I don't know. You do. Oh, I'm just furious at this guy. But because I don't do well with confrontation, like confrontation with me comes out in tears.
Yep, so, ditto.
Also, everyone should reference vaginas like this.
These are facts.
So we're sitting there, and I'm just waiting for them to be done, and he's like, it's another like half hour. It'll be like another half hour, no big deal. And then we'll get you out. We're gonna put your car through the car wash twice just to make sure everything's clean and everything's good. And I was like, I appreciate it, but I'm like shaking by the time this is done. So I give him my credit card with my shaky hand, and he's like, yeah, no, it's no big deal. And I was like, here's the thing you need to understand. The perception of it is 5 people are staring at my car, including the manager who's on the phone. So now I'm thinking you're trying to figure out how you can cover this up before I realized you messed up my car. And he goes, oh, that's not what happened. I'm like, doesn't matter. The perception of it is what happened. And I'm like, and he goes, well, the other guys just wanted to see what's happening because that like never happens because nobody drives a metric car on our lot usually. And I'm like, and yet I bought the car here. So explain to me how you guys know about that. And I'm like, secondly, I was like, the fact that I asked you what happened, you blew me off, and my brother literally barely asked you a question, and you explained everything to him, implies that you're not willing to explain things to females. And I was like, so I am super uncomfortable right now, and all I want to do is get the F out of here. I didn't swear, I just said, get the F out of here. And he was like, okay, well, here's, and then he takes my credit card, he runs it, and then he can't find the stamp to say paid. So he's like, just grabs marker. He's like, I'll just write paid. I was like, you better sign it and date it, dude. Like, I am not messing around. And so I sit there and he goes, okay, well, if you want, you can have a seat. We'll let you know when your car's back. I'm like, I'm waiting outside. He goes, it's raining. I'm like, I'm waiting outside. Like, I can't spend one more minute in this store. So I feel good. I have not cried. That is as much confrontation as I can take for the day. So I stand outside and I feel it. I feel the 1 tier building.
The glory tier.
So I put on the biggest sunglasses I have in my purse. And I'm like, it is raining. It is cloudy. And I am outside, sunglasses. And I'm just like waiting for my car that they're running through a car wash because it's raining, but they have to because there's brake fluid everywhere.
Twice. Run it through twice.
So the guy pulls up and I was like, thank you. And as he's about to leave, as he hands me my keys, the other guy, Nick, comes back out. And I literally looked at him and went, because 1 tear had started to fall because my body was like, you're in the clear. You can cry in your car now.
Yep.
And 1 tear starts to fall. And then he goes, oh, excuse me, miss. And I was like, damn it, what? Like,
I was so close. You already got my money.
and he's like, we're very sorry. I talked to my manager about like how it looked to you. We didn't mean it to be that. And the next time you come in, your oil change is going to be free. And I'm like, whatever. Like, and the funniest part of this entire thing is the fact that they keep emailing me to give them a review on Facebook. And I'm like, you don't want my review. I promise. Like, you don't want it. Because now I'm just going to say that you have a bunch of misogynistic cavemen who don't feel like explaining things to women who could very clearly understand it. I'm sorry. There's not a woman I know who doesn't understand the difference between metric and American standard sizing. You explain it like that, it makes perfect sense. Oh, I just need to go get a part implies you broke my car. Ooh.
Right.
Heated.
Maybe you should leave a review. Maybe you should.
So yeah, I know, right? But I was so rage filled that I was like, it's not even going to be a constructively like criticism. It's just going to be mad to be mad. You know what I mean? So and it's too much money.
For real. Dude, like my dad saw me break down when I tried to sell Penelope. And like I went there, they gave me the runaround. I went there 3 separate times in 1 week. And like I went there the first time, met with the manager. He said everything's good, but you don't have the actual title. Like, but this piece of paper that you have saying that, you know, it's been paid off and all the other stuff is fine. I was like, cool, because I mean, I'm used to what's his face? A friend of mine, Fred Waterford. So he drives super nice, fancy cars that are European. And so whenever he's gotten a new car, like he'll be like, I don't have the actual.
At least you're not a poopin'.
What'd you say?
European. At least you're not a poopin'.
You're an American in a European bathroom. When you go into the bathroom, you're American. When you walk out, you're American. What are you while you're in the bathroom? European. Wah, wah, wah.
If you came here for bathroom humor, you're welcome.
Bathroom humor from the boudoir. Give me my Cheez-Its. But anyways, so yeah, so when Fred, what did I call him? Fred Waterford.
Fred,
right?
yeah.
When he gets his cars, he'll be like, I don't have the title. They'll be like, you're fine. Like, we can get all of that stuff because they're going to be making like a decent amount of money on whatever sale. They can take care of it. So I'm just like, you can get the title yourself, whatever. And so the guy's like, yeah, it'll be no problem. Everything's fine. Like, you know, you can come back like tomorrow morning. We'll give you the check for, you know, selling your used car. I was like, okay, well, I'll be back in 2 days. I go back in 2 days. Well, you didn't give us the right paperwork. I'm like, where's the manager? I talked to him. Oh, he's out of town for his son's wedding, which he did tell me. So I'm just like, well, he said everything would be fine. I don't know what the problem is. They're like, well, you need to come back and get this time, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, what the heck? And also when I pulled up, they're all just like standing there staring at me. And I'm like, hello, like, hi, can you just like.
He feels like talking to me.
Yeah, it's stupid. I'm just like, also, if I'm a customer, like, don't you want my money? People. So then come back a third day, and I'm just like, hey, I'm here to pick up the check. Who are you again? I've seen you for the second time today. Right?
Sorry.
So I'm just like, they're just like, oh, well, they had to redo the system, so they weren't able to print checks and blah, 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 blah. so you can just take your car home. I'm like, how am I going to take my car home? I drove here in my new car, like, to pick up one that you were buying from me, that your manager said you'd buy from me. I'm like, this is stupid. So then finally I tell my dad about it, and he says, oh, well, I'll go with you to pick it up. So I go to pick it up. As soon as my dad gets out the car, oh, hello, sir. How are you today? What can I help you with? So number one, half of me is fuming, but then the other half of me is thankful that they're treating my dad with respect because he is a black man and always get respect. So same thing, sunglasses on, because I'm like,
rage.
I can't, but just rage. And so my dad's just like, yeah, my daughter was selling her car and blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh yeah, I thought you looked familiar. I'm like, just glasses on, and I promise you, I said, God, just hold my tongue, because it's not gonna be good. Just hold my tongue.
Right.
They're like, oh, we're so sorry, like whatever couldn't work out, blah 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 blah, but we're here to help. I'm like, just hold my tongue. So go back to my parents' house. As soon as we get in the door, I said, this is the most I'm like, this is BS, Dad. I am a woman. You didn't buy that car. I bought that car. You've done nothing. I did everything for that car. I went in there. They treated me like trash, Dad. I said, and guess what? That's the way it is to be a woman in any sort of like work scenario. Oh, you're a woman? Oh, well, let me just not give you all the details. I like swore like crazy. I was like, Dad, it's effed up. They can go F themselves. This is BS. This is what I feel every day of my life, whether I'm going into a stupid dealership or going into a meeting. I'm automatically thought as less than, let alone being a minority on top of it. This is effed up. This is stupid, and I'm going on a bike ride because clearly I have a lot of anger to get out, and I'm not going to lash out on you anymore. I said, also, I'm sorry to be shouting at you, but I'm not shouting at you. I'm just really frustrated, and this is what I have to deal with day in and day out, and this is BS. I'm leaving. So I left. And then
I get it.
And then my brother called me the next day and said, hey. I'm like, what's going on? Dad called, said you scared him. What happened?
You're like, yeah, I did. You know why? Because the patriarchy is terrible. Oh God. I just can't. It makes me so mad. Oof. Oh wait, do we have another like? Danny. Hey Danny. Mother. Different Danny, but yes. You. So okay, let me tell you, it's a quick story. So I told you guys I went back on the dating apps. I'm doing the conversations again. I'm making things happen. The pictures look like me. Like I am, and it is really frustrating. So a friend of mine, it's a boy. What's his name? Let's see.
His name is Luke Bankhole.
Luke Bankhole. So
stop with the holes.
So, his name is Luke Bankhole. Oh God, that's funny. He told me the other day, he very proudly was like, I don't have time to read the profiles on dating sites. So I just swipe right on everybody. And then when I match, then I go through and read it. And then I'll unmatch if we don't match, if I don't agree. And I was like, you are the problem. You are the problem. I'm like, these guys, I'm not kidding. I'll swipe and then I'll match and I'll send them a little intro, because Bumble, you have to send the question first. And then I watch them disappear because they didn't actually read my profile. They don't actually see if they're interested in me until they're already like, what an asinine thing the male ego is, that you literally can't even be bothered to see what you're looking for. Because what if you actually saw someone who was like, oh man, I could totally date that girl. But if she doesn't show interest in you immediately, you're so butthurt about it. So you do this thing where you say you're interested in everybody, and then once somebody shows interest in me, you get to be the one who rejects them. Like, this is I don't like it. So, and I told him that, and he was like, I have no time. I don't have time to read all these profiles. I was like, that is a lazy man's attitude. You're gonna be alone forever, dude. What are you talking about?
Like, you're gonna be alone. That went dark real fast.
But
side note,
yes, you have a side note. Say the side note.
Oh, completely random. But there was this one tweet that I read, And so it was saying gender reveal should be if it's a boy, they get $1. And if it's a girl, there's like 72 cents that falls out of the envelope. Start the
which
conversation.
also just angers me to no business.
Right. But I can't be bothered to read a profile. And also I can't be bothered for you to deal with
My
$5
time is
versus
so
your 72
precious.
cents.
My time is too precious to read. I can only visually stimulate.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
mad.
maybe you should work on your stimulation abilities, and then we'll give a crap, huh? So
Inflation. Oh. Why two? I love that this is a monster compared to his little ego. I enjoy it.
So I'm talking to people, and I meet this guy. His name is
Warren Putnam.
Ooh, okay. Warren Putnam, ding. He is 35. He lives around the neck of the woods that you work, Stace. So over on the west side of the east side.
Ooh, he got money.
So he's a pretty good looking guy. We started, so I sent him my question, which is my general question is, how much encouragement do you need to dance at a wedding? And he was like, oh, none whatsoever. He goes, actually, I'm the one who started the Soul Train dance out of the church. So let's go. And I was like, nice, right?
Does he have a friend?
Right? So you don't know, Stace, no. Wait, wait, it gets worse. So
Oh, why? Why do men ruin things?
So many reasons. About 217 episodes worth.
Holler.
So he says, oh yeah, I'm the one who did the Soul Train. I was like, and then he goes, so you like to dance? I was like, I do. I think it's like a really quick way for a good time, you know? And then so my question was, how much encouragement do you need to, and then to dance at a wedding? And he then said, so how much encouragement do you need to sit on my face? And I was like, three sentences, and we got to hear? Like,
you're just talking about church, you animal. Like,
so I was just like, well, that escalated quickly. But then I'm like, okay, well, I'm not interested in him, but you know who is interested in people like him? This podcast. So
you're welcome, America.
So we start talking a bit more, and he starts describing things that him and his ex-girlfriend used to do. And listen, I don't want to, because he was trying to see where I was at my level. He's like, sexually, I prefer to be more submissive. So where are you on the scale? And I was like, and at this point, we're just gonna have a dialogue, so I can use a fake name and talk about it on the podcast. So I'm like, cool. Well, I like both. I like to be submissive. I like to be dominant. I don't want to
switch.
I don't want to rope myself into one thing. And I was like, but I also like normal. Like, if regular is an option, I also like regular. So, and so he's like, yeah, no, he goes, I don't know. He goes, I got this, I'm really stressed at work. And he goes, my girlfriend, my ex and I have this, wow, more people are watching it than I was prepared for this story. You're welcome, America. Hashtag sorry, Dad. So, he was like, have you ever used a strap-on? And I said, no, I have not. And I was like, have you? He goes, oh, I have one. And he goes, would you be comfortable using it on me? And I was like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because I feel like if you're that into it, maybe you might actually just be gay. I don't know. But also, I know that guys enjoy a little butthole stimulation when you're going down on them, because there's there's a big nerve pack there.
Is that the turbo button?
That's the turbo button. And so I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, clearly you're into it. He goes, well, yeah, my ex, we used to kind of role play. She'd make me get on my knees in front of her and pretend like it was, I was giving her a blowjob. And I was like, wow, genuinely kind of sounds like you guys are working it out for yourselves. I'm not kink shaming. It's just not necessarily my thing. Do your thing. it's just not my thing.
Like literally not my thing.
Like literally nothing to do with me. I get nothing out of that. Like and so but then he's like, so how are you with like tying people up? And I was like, I am laughing because I feel like as we get older, there is just this niche of men that just want to be tied up and beat up. Like they are stressed, and the way that they relieve that stress is by I'm telling you, Stacey, if we wanted to be dominatrixes, we could make a shit ton of money. Like
true, but also I can't. Now that we're done, let's pray. Like it just to contradict. It won't work.
No, actually,
also, I'm stressed.
You could probably make it like a whole thing, like with Jesus involved. It'd be actually, they'd probably love it. Are you dirty little sinner? Yeah, you are.
I can't. That's not how God's love works.
So he tells me this thing, and I was like, "How often do you do that?" Because I was like, "Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I respect your choices, and I'm not kink shaming you at all. It's just like." I have this whole thing where like video game sex is like sex with a new person is like a video game. I say this all the time on the show. If you start at level 10, you'll die. So you should start at level 1, learn the moves, learn the buttons, learn what you need to do to succeed, and then add in the toys. And he literally went, yeah, I need to start at like level 5 or up. And I was like, then you'll die.
So you need to say what you said to the other guy. Well, congratulations, you'll die alone. Which is maybe good because you just want to hurt other people with your negligence and false ego.
He just wants to be hurt. That's the crazy thing. And then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I mean, like, he's probably got a lot of money. It's probably like, I could probably get my own closet out of the deal. Like,
listen, you could have all the money in the world, but it doesn't cure.
So then I sat there and I was like, listen, obviously, like, you're into this. Like, I am definitely more on the inexperienced side when it comes to your where you are with your sexual exploration. You're farther into the map than I am. And and I'm like, and that's fine. I just think, like, I need more of a normal sex life than that. Like, and I don't want to, like, minimize what normal sex is, but for what normal sex is for me is what I need. So, you know, normal sex for other people can be what he's describing. It's just that's not normal sex for me. And then he's like, no, I like normal sex too. It's just kind of like how it goes. So then I would go, okay, well, if we're having sex every day, how many days do you need it to be that? And he was like, I don't know, like twice a month. And I was like, oh, well, all right. I guess that's weird, but fine. Like, it's not like the one guy with the chains who was like, I need this every time. And I was like, no.
No, you do not.
Or the other guy who was like, don't look at me, and slapped me in the face. Like, no. So this guy's like, no. Normal's fine. I just need a little fun and adventure. And I was like, cool. I don't think my adventurous side's gonna swing that vine, but I wish you good luck out there.
Literally swing. He probably has the vine. Nailed it.
I mean, like, there's some kink stuff I'm totally into and I can do, but like that is a lot for like the first hour of talking to someone ever. Like,
and also I feel like from the inexperienced side, this is me pointing at myself, not you. This is me. That's very selfish. So you're saying, I need this. Can you do this or no? But you're not willing to, it has to be a 5 or more. You're not willing to meet someone where they're at and like build with them. I think that's incredibly selfish.
I think that's just the society that we live in now, dude. Like, honestly, I think we just live in a world where, and mind you, I respect the fact of somebody who knows what they want and knows what works for them. That's
right.
Not what I'm saying. But I am saying, like, get to know me as a person and see if you're willing, because of my awesome personality and who I am and maybe like my nice boobs, are willing to like see where we go in the jungle. Thanks for the motorboat, Stace.
You're welcome. But I mean, I'm also just mad that that's what he started off with. Like, this is what I want. It's like, hey, how about, do we have any hobbies in common? Like,
But on the flip side of that, I would much rather have him say that in before we even meet than the other guy who waited until the first time we had sex and it was completely out of the blue, and when he slapped me on the face, it was no longer fun. Like, yeah.
would have thrown him out the window. I can't even say I would have done that because who knows? Just the
I mean,
state of shock.
Exactly. So it's just it's like I respect his openness to it, and I know there's someone out there for him. There's clearly, like, there are all sorts of sexual twists and turns in the forest of choosing.
Twists and turns in the forest. There's also bears.
You hear that? Bears. Now you're putting the whole station at risk.
It's funny because when I think about it, I'm like, you know what? Maybe my ideal person is a pastor. Like, just someone who's just very patient. Will meet me wherever I'm at. We can grow together.
You know what, though? At the very beginning of Pride and Prejudice, their parents, the dad's a pastor, and it starts with him going down on the wife. So, and that was back in the day.
Marriage bed is undefiled. It's in the Bible, people. It's in the Bible.
The Bible wants you to get some. You heard it here first.
Yes, you did. I mean, preferably like when you're married.
Like from the Bible.
Right.
Preferably you heard it from the Bible too, but you know, I guess you could use this as a source. I wouldn't though.
That's hysterical.
Oh man, but yeah, so like I'm meeting people, I'm talking to people, they are scaring me. It's all the same.
2020, y'all. 2020.
Yeah, so hey, if you're a man out there listening, maybe don't treat women like they are less than. That'd be great.
Because guaranteed that woman can make your life better than it already is
Right?
right now. Okay.
And also, hey, if you own a business, maybe hire everybody at the same wage regardless of gender. Just saying.
Just saying.
Also, a gay friend of mine actually, like, this week, he literally said whatever. He goes, did you know that gay men as a couple make more money than all other couples because men make more money? And I was like, so you're just proud of the fact that you're literally getting a higher wage just because you have two penises and you're in your relationship? And he was like, well, I mean, that's not what I mean. I was like, but that's what you're saying. You want me to be jealous? That's
exactly what you're saying.
I'm like, you want me to be jealous of the fact that because you're a man, you make more money for the exact same work? And he was like, I have been on a very, like, women's rights kick lately. Like, it really scares me that there are people out there in the world who want to, like me or Stacy as a third, like, my birthday's next week, guys. So woohoo. So as, like, 35-year-old women, if we made the conscious decision that we didn't want to have kids and we wanted to tie our tubes, as 35-year-old women who are unmarried, we're not allowed to do that. How crazy is that? Because we would have to get permission from our husbands, and you can only do it if you've already had a kid. So we can't do that. We don't have the right to make that choice. I'm not saying I'm going to make that choice, but I'm saying I should have the right to make that choice. Stuff like that is, I'm just really like, it's really grinding my gears lately. So I can't stress this enough. No matter how you feel about anything, vote.
Yes. It's
Like,
free to do so. I mean, now it is. It costs people's lives.
just vote. Just do it. Just do it. Like, and if your boss won't give you off work, call in. And, you know, when they try to tell you can't, call your local representative. They'll get you your job back. You are legally allowed to have the right to vote. You have it. We fought for it. Everybody can vote. And unfortunately, that's not how it used to be. So let's celebrate that and get everybody out there voting, regardless of what you're going to vote for. I don't care how you're going to vote. I mean, I do, but I also would just rather have enough people vote that we actually feel like everyone's voice can be heard.
Right. Because it has been close the last couple of times.
And also, you're not marrying whoever you're voting for, so maybe don't vote
Hello.
for a partner. Maybe we just Somebody said something really good, and it made me made me bad. They were like, listen, maybe we should just, train cops to shoot people in the leg first, which is a whole bag of things. But like, if we're going election wise, do you want somebody who wants to shoot you in the head or somebody who wants to shoot you in the leg?
Man,
Maybe I'm gonna go for the leg wound. Thanks, guys.
right? The lesser of two evils.
That's the darn truth. And also, there should be like the age limits on people who run for president. But that's all I'm saying. Okay, sorry, pal. We can delete this if you want, Stace. I'm sorry.
And mental stability. Like, either way, it's just all the way around.
Yeah, the whole thing sucks, really.
The whole thing. Like,
Just-
legit.
The whole thing sucks, like that guy on that strap-on.
Wow! Wow!
And with that, that's Stacey.
That's Chelsea.
And this.
I'm single. You're like, and this? I'm like, wait, what is this?
And this. And then you said reasons why I'm single.
Yes, this is Reasons Why I'm Single. And we'll see y'all next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'm getting old. I ran out of breath. Why? You're so fabulous.
Yeah, I'm single, ready to mingle. Yeah, I'm single. These are the reasons why I'm single.
Bye.